Hello, I'm Patrick Linnell with the CattleFax Closing Bell. Today's Closing Bell is sponsored by Zoetis. From chores to parasite control, the best ranchers have it covered. Dectomax Injectable from Zoetis protects against 36 types of little parasites, including adult parasites, L4 larvae, and inhibited larvae. While the U.S. continues to face large fed cattle supplies in the short term, the situation is sharply different north of the border in Canada. The March 1 feed yard inventories were estimated nearly 7% below year-ago levels. As a result, fed cattle prices in Alberta have been between $5 to $7 per hundredweight above U.S. prices in recent weeks, at a time of the year when Canada is typically at a discount. Part of this is due to a strengthening Canadian dollar relative to the U.S. as well. But nonetheless, smaller on-feed numbers and higher prices up north have resulted in lower fed cattle imports into the U.S., down 4% over the last 4 weeks compared to last year. Even more significant, feeder cattle imports year-to-date are down 41% from last year. In addition to tighter feed yard inventories and exchange rates, the underlying supply of feeder cattle is also tighter in Canada. The total Canadian cattle inventories as of January 1 were the smallest since 1989, and the beef cow herd was the smallest since 1990, suggesting the trend of tighter cattle imports into the United States is likely to continue. Turning to this week's markets, a light to moderate fed cattle trade occurred in the north at 114 to 115 live and 180 to mostly 182 dressed, steady to $2 higher than last week. Light to moderate volumes traded in the south at primarily 114 with a few up to 115, steady to $1 higher. In the box beef complex, after starting the week softer, buyer interest improved with the anticipation of better movement due to the latest round of stimulus. Choice boxes advanced $1.94, while selects decreased $1.96 for the week. The CME feeder cattle index firmed slightly this week, with Thursday's quote at 134 and 28 cents, up 43 cents from last week. Around the country, feeder cattle traded mostly steady to 4 higher this week, while calves traded mixed from 3 lower to 2 firmer. Cull cow prices were mostly 1 to 4 higher this week, with the CattleFax U.S. average utility cow price at $61.70. The March 1 USDA cattle on feed report will be released this afternoon. Expectations are for a slight decline in placements in February and a solid marketing pace, leaving on feed up around 1% from last year. Thanks for watching, and remember to visit CattleFax.com to become a member and receive the latest market news and analysis.